Good afternoon, everyone. Jason here with Volunteer Botanicals, and we're going to talk a little bit about functional beverages today. And what I mean by functional beverages is beverages that actually do something. They serve a purpose and they have a function. And in the past, one of the biggest functions that we went for in our beverage selection was beverages that were intoxicating or could get you drunk or buzzed from alcohol. Now, what we're beginning to see is a massive rise of NA beverages, and non-alcoholic beverages provide a neat opportunity, almost a blank palette, to create something that's never been created before. Yes, THC is an ingredient that can create a functional beverage that's intoxicating, but that's not the only one. And when we talk about functional beverages, really what we're trying to understand is what's the right combination of ingredients. What's the right dose of each of these ingredients? And whether you're working with cannabinoids or adaptogens or vitamins, botanical extracts, terpenes, precision dosing matters. And having the same intermediates or the ingredients from the beginning to the end of your process makes that so much easier for you. So today we're going to dive through some of these ideas that we've come up with and plans for you to build the best functional beverage that you can. Now, this doesn't have to be difficult, but it definitely needs to be intentional. And when you're making a functional beverage, please know that when you work with Volunteer Botanicals, you have all sorts of different tools in your tool belt that you can deploy for any project at any time. And the great thing about our tools is they're consistent. They're the same density, they're water-based, and they work incredibly well in your beverage. So when we're talking about building a functional beverage, I always ask, what is your objective in this drink? And most of the beverages that we're building today, they're THC beverages, but we even get the question of, well, do I build just a THC drink or do I add other cannabinoids to that? And what do those cannabinoids do in terms of effect? And our recommendation, as someone who's worked with lots of different plants and spent a lot of time over the last 8 years working with the cannabis plant, is there is something very real about the entourage effect. And that is a term that gets thrown around a whole lot, kind of like indica, sativa, those generic terms. But what I want you to know about the entourage effect is when you pair additional cannabinoids with THC, it creates a different effect. And that is very, very real. You'll see a lot of beverages that pair CBD and THC together. Both of them are relaxing, sedative, and actually the CBD kind of rounds the sharp corners of the THC. It's a better beverage, we believe. But we also hear people saying, these THC drinks are making me sleepy. And I say, yeah, I know, that's kind of what they do. So some folks ask us, well, what can I add to that to maybe change the effects and make it not so sedative? And right out of the gate, we say that probably the most active cannabinoid that can make something a little bit less sedative and a little bit more uplifting is CBG. We also love the cannabinoid THCV, which is the varin form of THC. It's non-intoxicating, but talk about something that packs a punch and a low milligram. People want to make a focus drink or something that's really built on a practical daily use that's non-intoxicating. Pairing a low dose of THC with a low dose of THC-V really makes something that's dynamic and exciting. And CBN is another ingredient that is something that's more of a nighttime elixir. So each cannabinoid offers its own set of functions. And when you pair them together, you start to kind of unlock the true value of the cannabis plant. Many beverage creators and brewers have been working with us over the last few years to craft the perfect THC beverage or elixir. And we think that that's an exciting opportunity in a space that's new and emerging. Now, we're also beginning to see over the last 2 or 3 months, especially, that people are saying, what else can I pair with these that aren't cannabinoids? Or what can I make that's potentially a non-cannabinoid drink that I can serve at the bar or on tap that's suitable for everyone, from children to adults, that don't have anything in it that are of any concern? And we always recommend, think about your beverage and these ingredients to actually create a specific function. Is that function relaxation? Is that function focus? Is it sports recovery? Is it something to take the edge off? Is it an evening elixir that's designed to put you to bed? Is it something you drink first thing in the morning as a replacement of coffee? And this is the exciting opportunity I think we have when we partner up, a company that spent 8 years developing ingredients specifically designed for beverages, with someone like you who spent your whole life crafting fantastic beverages. So as we think about making things that are new to the market, you have an opportunity now to craft something that's never been done before. Combinations of ingredients that have never happened because you're able to utilize our technology. So the next step is figure out what is your function. A few examples of combinations of cannabinoids plus functional ingredients, or combinations of cannabinoids alone, or combination of functional ingredients that don't have cannabinoids. The sky's the limit in terms of creativity and applying our ingredients into your beverage. So a lot of people love the aspect of a relaxing drink, right? That's why we drink alcohol. It takes the edge off and helps us just kind of decompress and relax. And you can build the same kind of beverage with a low dose of THC, somewhere between 2 and 5 milligrams. That's not overly intoxicating. And then pair it with calming botanicals like chamomile, lavender, etc. And these combinations are really dynamic because they kind of leverage the strength of both of those coactive ingredients that are doing different things in the body. Another request we get a lot is for ingredients that kind of help promote a focus or like mental clarity. And, you know, we go right to lion's mane. Lion's mane is one of those ingredients that is absolutely incredible. It's dynamic, it works. Our lion's mane, you can actually feel it, which we hear from a lot of customers is, I don't even know if it's working, but I tried yours and yours absolutely works. And I believe it's because we use a very, very high potency extract and we microencapsulate that extract. So, you know, for a focused beverage, you might think of something like lion's mane, CBG, which is uplifting and non-intoxicating, and even an ingredient that we've been working with called paraxanthine. And paraxanthine is a metabolite of caffeine. So when you consume caffeine, it creates multiple metabolites in your body like paraxanthine, theobromine, etc. And paraxanthine is one that provides the uplifting and focus effects without the crash of caffeine. So it's almost isolating some particular components out of it. And we work with paraxanthine all the time. We hear a lot of people wanting to make recovery drinks, like post-workout drinks. And think of this as using a higher milligram of something like CBD that might be 15 to 25 milligrams or even higher, and other ingredients like turmeric, or combining the CBD and THC together, because both of those ingredients are non-intoxicating, but both of them have been shown through white papers to have massive anti-inflammatory effects. Now, you might not be able to say that on your packaging, but know, doing the research and asking us, that we have lots of ingredients that can be used for recovery. And a lot of people are looking for alternative to energy drinks. Let's face it, we're all exhausted and we need any kind of boost we can to get us through the day. So people are using our ginseng, they're using extract, we're using green coffee bean extract, yerba mate. We even have an ingredient called kratom, and kratom is a leaf from Indonesia, and used in small doses, it's very energizing and uplifting, and it's something that you might consider building another subset of beverages. And it doesn't have to be strong and intoxicating. In low doses, it's very uplifting. So by clearly defining your purpose and your objective of the type of drink you want to make, you can work with us to provide an entire set of ingredients that can deliver exactly what you want. That's fast acting, low to no flavor profile, and works incredibly well in your matrix of ingredients. And if you have an ingredient that you have interest in working with, bring it up to us. We may have worked with it in the past, or we may be able to supply our R&D team to do a little bit of research to figure out how to solubilize it. So we're here to help. And what we're really excited about is learning what kind of combinations of ingredients you can come up with your next beverage. And lastly, please have some fun. Experiment, test, refine your formulations, repeat. Share your ideas with coworkers, and make sure your combination of ingredients is just absolutely perfect. Even some of the best formulations require tweaking and micro adjustments before you're actually ready to put it into a can or a bottle. So Conduct blind taste tests to ensure that the dose feels right, that the matrix of ingredients doesn't overpower your flavor profile. If you have a sparkling water with a light little bit of extract and no sweetener, make sure that the additional botanical ingredients or terpenes aren't interfering in your objective and your flavor profile. Share these drinks with people that you trust, people in your brewery, people that are connected with your brand. Get feedback, make micro adjustments, retest, and keep that process going. It's a fun process. And when you work with Volunteer Botanicals, we will supply you with a dosing kit. And this kit is designed for you to start R&D at a bench scale. You can head over to our website at volunteerbotanicals.com and request a dosing kit, and we will get one out in the mail with you that has the opportunity to dose all sorts of different beverages on the fly, so you don't have to do a bunch of formulation math. We make it completely simple. And for example, these are 3 beverages that we're working on right now in real time. So I thought it was an interesting idea to show you a different matrix of ingredients in each one of these. One has no sweetener, one has a little bit of monk fruit with a citrus sweetener, and one is just monk fruit. And what we're trying to figure out is, with the matrix of ingredients, what's the best way to make it taste great and achieve the objective of that beverage. And you're only going to do it through R&D and having fun. So lean into us, ask for a dosing kit, let us help you craft that awesome beverage, but have fun.